guys, it's Housewife in Heels. So today I thought it would be fun to explore a topic that I haven't really brought up as far as I'm aware of in the past on the channel. So I thought that it would be a little bit fun to explore my most uncomfortable pairs of Louboutins, or just probably my most uncomfortable pairs of shoes in my whole collection, arguably. So these are going to be in no real particular order, other than probably the last ones will be the most uncomfortable things I've ever worn in my life. But let's go ahead and just get started, shall we? So the first pair that I'm going to be talking about matches the top I have on. They are leopard print. If you've been with me for a while, you are probably familiar with them. I got these for my birthday 2 years ago for my husband, give or take. Let me just grab them from in front of me. And these, if I can get them, there we go, are these Sandale du Desert. These puppies are extremely uncomfortable. At least in my experience. I wanted to wear them out the house once, and then I couldn't do it. I couldn't even think of walking from the front door to the car. It just was not anything I wanted to deal with on that day, and obviously not anything that I've really wanted to deal with since. Something about this strap down there, this particular guy, it is awful. And then on top of it, on this one, you can really see it, I even put in moleskin on the back there. Did that do anything to make these more comfortable? No, it was blister city, like, and I didn't even get out of the house in these. So when you're dealing with someone who is more often than not in a pair of soates, that should really tell you just how unfathomably uncomfortable this particular pair of shoes are. And if you're thinking about purchasing them, I would strongly advise to spend your $1,000 on something else, because you're not going to get any use out of these other than maybe some pretty Instagram pictures or something. So since they have been brought up, obviously you can't talk about uncomfortable Louboutins without talking about this particular shoe. Let me grab them from before me. So 1 and 2, and the soate. But not just any soate. These ones are my most uncomfortable, in particular due to this very sort of thick faux snakeskin material. It's a beautiful shoe. It's reflexive, so you'll see sort of this iridescent reflection coming off of it. They're very, very pretty, but my goodness, these puppies are difficult to wear. I've only ever worn them out a handful of times, so you can kind of see it, but I made sure all I was doing was going into that IHOP, eating, and getting out. So these, they don't see too much use, but I can't bear the thought to get rid of them, and I guess if I go to IHOP again, I'm set. So now that we've gone through that, since everyone knows about soates, it's not really much for me to have another whole video about until I figure out another way to do it. That's just about it. So a pair of shoes that I have not talked about terribly often, as I grab them from before me, are the new Very Prive 120. So these are a 120, but not a true 120. Since these are not a single sole, you can clearly see they have a nice about 20mm platform, give or take. So they wear like a 100mm shoe, or for those who don't know, that's 4 inches. But oh boy, that's not what makes these particularly painful to wear. It's this toe box right here. You would think a rounded toe box is gonna be more forgiving, and no, not these. Not these at all. These shoes are painfully tight, and I've only worn them out, I think, I don't know, maybe a handful of times, just because Whew, these are difficult. So I need to be in a very particular mood if I'm going to be wearing these out and about. They're a beautiful shoe. They look great on the foot, but this one creator said that they feel like Chinese foot torture, and ever since I heard that, I can totally understand why that particular person said that, because oh boy, if you really want to torture your tootsies, just get a pair of these, because they are, in my opinion, excruciatingly tight around your foot. I find the soate, the pointed toe box, way better, way easier to break in than these. So I don't advise a first-time buyer or any buyer, unless you're kind of die-hard like some people, to purchase these. Just they're better, much more comfortable options than these. Now, the final pair that I'm going to be getting into today, I don't advise anyone to buy unless they are absolutely die-hard nutsy cuckoo collector. They want the most extreme things that they could possibly get their hands on or their feet in, and these are no exception. And let me go ahead and put these down and grab these over here. And for those who are familiar with the channel, you probably know what I'm going to be showing you now. And it's my Allenissima 130s. Oh boy. I have never put anything worse around my feet in all my life. These are spectacular shoes as far as looks go. I appreciate them for the aesthetic they provide, but oh boy, around the feet, they just make you not care at all about aesthetics at that point. Just something about this little strap, you think it looks nice and wide and open, but oh no, when you get it around your toes, it is tight, very similar to the new Very Prive in that aspect. And obviously you cannot fathom that a 130 single sole, there's no platform, no nothing, is going to be created with anything remotely practical in mind. Comfort was not a thought when these were made. And if you're going to be going into these or any of the 130 Louboutins, you really do need to keep that in mind. So other than that, these are my most comfortable pairs of Louboutins. And if you have not already, I would appreciate if you subscribed, liked, commented, all that good stuff. If you would like to support me on Patreon, it is $3 a month starting out. I appreciate everyone who goes there. If you would like to support me and get something tangible out of it, my Poshmark closet is down below. And if you would like to support me for free, follow me on TikTok. I'm trying to get to 10,000 followers for obvious reasons. Now, other than that spiel's out the way. Let's go ahead and try on some shoes, shall we?